Well, hello there, everybody. Dodgee Gamer here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 3 of our Broken Sword adventure, but it's actually truly the beginning. It's the beginning of the original game at the Café de la Chambre de Vert. So, without further ado, let's roll the intro and then play that opening sequence we all know and love, and then get into the game.
I'd only been in Paris for a week, but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobbard charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted. As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was gonna do. I was gonna find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty, and equality, and, fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and the money, of course.
So, yes, again, everybody, welcome back to our continuing Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Director's Cut playthrough. If you haven't seen episodes 1 and 2, which contain the prologue featuring Nico, part of the Director's Cut content, please check out the link somewhere up there, which will have the playlist. And check out the description below. Make sure, while you're here, take a look around the channel. Like the videos, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thought I'd get that in at the beginning this time. We're here at the cafe. You've seen the cutscene. We've heard George go off on one about it, and we're ready to begin. Okay, so in the aftermath of an explosion, I think the obvious place to go is to tentatively take a look inside the cafe, see what's happened here. So this must be Planchard, who called
The sight of
Nico.
the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly. I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets.
He could
No
open his
wallet,
eyes,
no
close his
papers,
eyes,
no
open
credit
his eyes.
cards. The guy's past was a blank page. It was the body of the old man. It was hard to believe I'd seen him alive only minutes before.
Alright, let's see what else we can do here. Check out the broken mirror.
I'd hoped the fact that the mirror was already broken meant I'd escaped the bad luck.
Gotta love that George Stobbart humour.
The mirror had smashed into 1,000 pieces. Bad luck for someone. Poor guy.
Ooh, what have we got here?
He was pretty mashed up.
A more respectful look at the dead body in the actual game, as opposed to Nico's episode, where we just had a look. Is there anything around here to pick up? No, we can't take the cables, can't take a shard of glass. Alright. Well, nope.
I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy.
You don't have to like the taste of it.
I needed a stiff...
Never mind. Okay, let's
The waitress was clearly
go and
suffering
have a
from
chat with the
shock.
waitress.
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name,
She's definitely
Sharon?
in shock.
George Stobbart, ma'am. You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and
You
bruised.
need a drink?
I don't even remember the party.
Just
We
relax
know where to get
and
you a
take
drink.
it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
Do we want to be evil?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. I studied under Dr.
That's the
Benton.
lie
Who
symbol.
is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me
George.
everything I know about medicine. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
Well, she didn't say please. But okay,
Is
we'll
that
go ahead.
straight or with ice?
Just give me the bottle with a teat on it.
I guess a little drop won't hurt.
Okay, George. No need to look so sour-faced. A brandy sour. Right.
That's better.
She knocked back the brandy as if it was water. I was glad I wasn't picking up the
French.
check.
Alright. Is that all you can think about at this moment, George? The check?
The pretty young waitress was unconscious. Hey, wake up! She didn't respond. If I wanted another cappuccino, I'd have to serve myself.
That George Stobbard humour. Alright, is there anything else to look at around here? I don't think so. I can just imagine some viewers saying, hey, you missed the most obvious thing. Okay, we got something to pick up here. A newspaper. Yeah, we've got a telephone number there. We've got
The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media
Mr.
magnate.
Carchon. We know all
Shot
about
down
him.
in cold blood. The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman.
Okay, what else have we got?
The column was devoted exclusively to rumor, gossip, and sensationalism.
And they put the murder of this prominent French politician, on one of the middle pages.
The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Okay, probably
I
just
noticed the writing at the
a
foot
regular
of the page.
Eastern European
It read,
state.
Salah Eddin, 1345.
We'll keep the newspaper then. Might come in handy later on. Let's go and have a chat with the workmen. Oh,
Freeze! Hold it right there.
Oh, don't
it's our inspector.
I'm an American.
Don't
Can't
say.
make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American
Nice
consul.
comeback.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant Moo. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Ah, no, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En
Okay.
avant, to the café, marche.
That's pretty realistic, George, straight away. I'm an American.
What a mess.
Leave me alone.
This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead? Moo?
Oui, monsieur.
Let's
I
put a black
prefer to
humour
look
here.
on the bright side. Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death. However, in this case, the man is quite dead.
Well, thank you for checking.
Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can.
Okay, so our drunk waitress is now taken care of.
Et maintenant,
Good to know.
to business. Your name, please?
George Stobbard. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobbard?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so. Apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in
You were the one
vicinity
saying
of
you
the
wanted a
cafe at the
cappuccino
time
just a
of the
couple of minutes ago.
explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
Yes, we did.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No. He was more interested in the waitress.
Did
So
you
were
see
you,
anyone
George.
else in the cafe?
Yeah,
clown,
there was a
of
guy
course.
dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon. The picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the
course, it's a
girl all
clown.
right, Moo?
She'll live if she survives the hangover. She says the American claimed to be a doctor. He forced her to drink the brandy.
I can explain everything.
Can you, monsieur?
Oh,
Almost
okay.
everything.
Landed ourselves
She
in trouble
doesn't
there.
remember seeing a clown, monsieur.
That's odd, don't you think, monsieur? Who am I to believe, I wonder? Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. Enjoy your vacation, Dr. Stobbart.
What about my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can
What
I
kind
say?
of advice?
Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I honestly believe
what did
you
you
are
expect?
in no danger, monsieur. Should you remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Ah, yes. The card is of importance. I seem to remember in this game
Thanks.
using the phone
That
to
is
call
all.
people up
You
at
may
some
go.
points.
There's not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Okay. Oh, here we go. It's Nico. Time for some more of that Stobbard charm, I think. Oh, what happened? Whoops. Clicked on the wrong point.
The girl presented a confident but sullen mask to the world, an expression more suited to the face of a delinquent youth.
Emo before emo. Oh, no, I did it again. Trying to click on Nico, and I keep clicking on the wrong spot. Okay. I guess, can we only talk to her when she's over here in front of the cafe, I guess? Okay. There we go.
Excuse me, mademoiselle?
Mademoiselle. Okay. Oh,
Hi.
we've got the
My
music.
name's George Stobbard.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yep, that's right. On vacation in Paris. Some vacation, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out in front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with a hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe
How
it.
does she know
Hadn't
what
even
he
asked
looks
how I was
like?
feeling. Yeah,
'Cause
he
in the
went
prologue,
inside
he
just before
called
the
her
bomb
up on the
exploded.
phone,
You
but she didn't-
weren't related to him, were you?
Okay.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm Nico Collard from La Liberté.
What is that, some kind of nightclub?
Oh, no, it's a
Oh,
newspaper.
George,
You're a
what do you
reporter?
think of
I'm a
Nico? That
freelance
she's some kind of
photojournalist.
dancer?
Say, you could interview me about the bombing. An eyewitness account, minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
A clown. It's him again.
Okay, let's stick with the
Have you
clown.
met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
George. Alright, let's
Who was
talk
the guy
about
you
the
were
dead body
supposed to
then.
meet?
His name was Plantard. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Well, not unless you have
What do you mean, what
Rosso's
do you
gift
look
for
like?
psychic interrogation. I found this newspaper outside the cafe.
That is not a newspaper, it's a gossip rag.
It may have belonged to Plantard.
So, he had a taste for sensationalist smut with right-wing bias. That doesn't tell us much.
Sounds familiar.
There's something written in it. Salah ed-Din, 1345.
It sounds like a betting tip. The name of the horse and the time of the race. What do you think?
I don't think it is. That's too obvious.
Yes,
I
too
wouldn't
obvious.
mind betting. This is a coded message.
It's a romantic notion, but I don't think so.
Alright, let's
Why
go back
don't you
to the
tell me
clown.
about the clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number.
Oh,
You help
George.
me with my story and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now.
Okay.
This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have
It's
to
a
go
deal.
develop these pictures. I'll be on some, monsieur.
Ah, we didn't
Fine.
get to
I'll see
ask
you
her
soon.
about the other people. Okay, I guess it's not that important. Goodbye, Nico. Catch you later.
The sergeant was a scrawny man in his 50s who resembled a constipated chicken.
What? What does a constipated chicken
Sergeant
look
Moe?
like?
Ah,
Oh,
Monsieur
like this, I
Stobbard,
guess.
n'est-ce pas?
That's correct. You remember me.
The retention of such data is part of my duty as a gendarme. That is our crime
Gendarme.
sport through attention to detail, not intuition.
Yes, sure. What is Rosso doing with that girl?
He is giving her the once-over, as you Americans say.
Okay.
Once he gets his teeth into a case, nothing will shake him off.
I was one of the
I'm not
last
quite
people to
sure
see
that's what the
him
Americans
alive,
would say.
Sergeant.
Does that worry you?
Yes, it does. I feel I owe it to him to find his killer.
That is best left to the authorities, monsieur.
Indeed.
Did he speak to you? Tell you anything?
No, he just grinned and nodded.
Don't let it trouble you, monsieur. Go home and try to forget.
I know the identity of the dead guy. His name was Plantow.
Is that so? You knew him, did you?
Okay.
No,
Changing our
but
story now.
We'll know everything there is to know about him soon enough.
I'm trying to be helpful here.
The best way you can help us is to go home, monsieur.
Let's ask him about
I
the
found this in the street.
newspaper.
That, monsieur, is a newspaper, no?
There's a note written on it. Salah Eddin, 1345.
Aha!
That stumped you, hasn't it?
I have never been stumped, as you put it, in my life, monsieur. It is the name assumed by the clown, no?
Salah
Maybe.
Eddin the clown? I don't think so.
Why not?
Look, Sergeant, the inspector gave me his card.
Yes, monsieur. He
What a
wants you
bizarre
to
thing to
advise
say.
him if you have any information concerning this case.
Well, I'd be glad to talk with him, but I don't want him working his psycho weirdness on me.
Ah, no, monsieur. You are confusing the science of parapsychology with witchcraft.
Oh, yeah? What's the difference?
We don't do sacrifices.
Okay, there you go. Alright, I think we've
See you later,
exhausted all
Sergeant.
our options there, so let's go and see if we can finally chat to this guy.
The muscular workman wore a morose expression, like a silent warning to leave him to get on with his job.
Well, we'll go and chat to him anyway.
Hey, you!
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
That's a great way to speak to them. Hey, you! I'm worried he might get offended if I interrupt him. Hey, you!
automatics pack quite a punch, you know?
He made a mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess. Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
Okay.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my
A nice
question.
irrelevant
Have you seen
conversation.
a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of
Yes.
us have to work for a living.
You speak good English, though.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a
George
clown.
is getting
I
mad.
told you already. I didn't see a thing.
They're
He was
both
wearing
getting mad.
multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Good point. Fair enough.
Listen, I have to find that clown.
Let's really press
He's
that
a
point
killer.
home, George.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
No, but you act like one.
cop and a
Sticking
cap.
your nose in where it's not wanted. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
I wondered what that bang was. Any bodies?
Yeah, an old man was killed.
Merde. I didn't
Merde.
think it was that serious. What about
Ooh
the
la la.
waitress?
Oh, she's fine.
Thank
Everybody's
the saints.
concerned about the waitress.
Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Can't beat. I could have knocked his block off.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now.
Was he the one who died in the cafe?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If
guy's
only
a
I
bit
could turn
bipolar,
back
I
the
think.
clock. If only I'd been more
Subject to these
tolerant.
emotional
Regret
swings.
and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people.
Nice observation, George.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
George is getting mad again.
Pah! Look at this! Damn bleeding heart liberals! Tcha! Save the dolphins, catch them and eat them, I say! All that
Even
fuss
20 years
over a
ago, we
bunch
had
of
all this
fish.
kind of stuff
Nah,
going on.
that's more like it! Look at the size of those! Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe.
It's a racehorse?
A
Oh,
horse?
it is a racehorse
A
after
legend.
all, okay.
Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is.
And he's off.
Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an
That's
eye
that
on my
muscular
hole.
workman,
I'm
is
off to
it?
put some money on that nag.
What about your toolbox?
Stuff it. Help yourself.
I think we will. Alright. We'll just let him amble off before helping ourselves. What have we got
I found
here?
a T-shaped tool in the box. I didn't know what it was, but it looked useful.
I guess from the music that's going to be important. We call up Nico. Is it too soon?
Hello, Nico Coulard.
She must
Hello?
live nearby.
It's George.
Oh, hi.
Well, I haven't had a lot of luck.
You found nothing.
No.
Look, I'm very busy right now. Call me if you have any
We're
news,
like a
okay?
stalker,
Oh,
just calling her
Yeah,
up
I guess.
Adieu, monsieur.
See ya.
5 minutes after meeting her. Alright, let's see if there's
Set
anything in
into
this
the
door.
huge gate was a smaller access door. The door was securely locked.
Alright. So we can't go that way. That's for the workmen only, so let's go back to the cafe. Okay, so we've got something over here. That was the direction the clown ran off in, wasn't it? So we come into the dank
Fled
alley.
this alley, but there was no sign of him now. I was intrigued by Nico and what she could tell me about the explosion.
Intrigued by Nico.
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe.
Okay.
I guess the clown had an escape over the rooftops.
Doesn't look like it. Window. Dustbin. Guess he's not hiding in there, but he
Smelled
might
like
have left
someone
something
had dumped
behind.
a truckload of fish in a locker room on a hot summer afternoon.
Lovely. Lovely image for us there, George. Thank you very much. Okay, we've got another bin here, another trash can. Let's have a look inside, George. What have we got? Oh! A scary cat.
I'd had it with sticking my nose into French trash cans.
Why should it matter that they're French? Okay, what have we got here?
There was nothing of interest.
So the last thing is the manhole cover, which I do remember from last time. From playing it before.
The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands.
But I think we've just picked something up that might help us here. There we go. How did the clown get down there, though?
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
In you go, George. Suppose we should go back and tell the police, but where would be the fun in that? Alright, so I'm going to tell you something about the very first time I played Broken Sword. Many years ago, back in the 90s, on the PlayStation. I remember getting it in a 3-pack. It was in a box with Myst and one other game which I do not remember.
As I picked
And I
up
got to
the
this point
plastic ball,
where he
I
finds the
realized
red
It
nose.
was intended to be worn.
Yes.
It was the clown's red nose.
And then I could just not work out where to go from here. And in those days, of course, there was such a thing as the internet, but no one had had the idea of uploading some walkthrough guides. At least, not that I know of, anyway. And I waited for the PlayStation magazine to come out that had a walkthrough guide. And I read the walkthrough guide, and I got up to this point, and it said, go down into the sewer, find the red nose, exit the sewer. So I exited the sewer, and I went back, spoke to the police. tried the phone, and I reached a dead end, and I was stuck. What I didn't realise until much, much later, when someone else had a look at the game, was you exit the sewer this way. So all that time I never realised that round here there was a ladder that could get you out. I blame it on the low-res graphics back in the PlayStation 1 days.
It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
It's a lovely description of the tissue. Something else over here?
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
So, patch of material from the clown. And that's the exit that I could not find some, like 22, 23 years ago. It happens sometimes with these games.
I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Nice one, George.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
That is one impressive moustache, with eyebrows to match.
I was looking for a clown.
Huh, ridiculous. Do you really expect me to believe that?
Ridicule.
He planted a bomb in the cafe and blew it up.
What? The cafe? Blown
Is he going to
up?
ask about the waitress?
Mon Dieu, that is awful. And you say the person responsible was dressed as a clown?
That's right. He blew up the cafe, escaped into the sewer, changed his clothes, and came up here.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you are doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Just a tourist, that'll only get you
Most
so
tourists are
far.
content with the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre,
Exactly.
or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
Nothing quite like a sarcastic Frenchman. Alright.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type, just like you.
Does the name Plantar mean anything
Okay,
to
we'll
you?
ask about
No,
the
he
dead
doesn't.
man. Makes sense.
Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Bravo! Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, she isn't hurt,
Okay,
is
he
she?
was concerned
No,
about the
she's
waitress
fine.
after all.
Oh,
We just had to
thank
bring it
you,
up.
boss. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Okay, no cutting comment this time. Let's have a look.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
Mm-hmm. What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
Hominoid
A
division.
homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Mm-hmm. Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize,
Wait, so we're not a tourist anymore. Make your mind
I
up,
had a
George.
feeling there was something different about you. It is your posture, your poise.
Okay.
Oh, yes. There
Yes.
is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army,
Okay.
you know. When I was
the
your
army.
age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Oh, okay, so we can ask about these
Tell
things
me
again.
about the man you apprehended.
Ah,
He grabbed me in an armlock.
okay.
His face suddenly
Now we're getting a bit
next
more
to mine.
detail.
His grip was like iron, but he
He's
did not
telling
know
quite
what he
the
was up
story.
against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes,
George is not
yes,
impressed.
I get the picture. Does the name Plant...
No,
Okay, we are...
Do you know the way?
You can't suspect us.
Okay, so we get different answers now that we've shown the
Just answer
card.
question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 6.
Everybody knows
7
all about the
months
waitress, it
I
seems.
look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really?
Hmm.
So
Okay.
you'd miss her if she wasn't there.
Oh, mais oui. Who else would I find to cut my toenails?
So it turns out to be quite innocent after all. Let's show him the cloth.
Does this piece of material mean anything
See if he
to you?
recognizes it.
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Now,
Let's ask him about the jacket.
you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair.
No, never mind that it might be a piece of evidence.
Because otherwise, it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Okay,
Where
let's
did you
get that
send the
tailor's
jacket?
name.
I gave it to an itinerant Romani seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what
Not
I
a sou.
think?
Do
Okay.
tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself
This guy's
as
on the ball.
an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind.
Exactly.
What was the name on the label?
Can still ask about the jacket.
It was a foreign name. Todrick, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Yes, because
Well,
if
I
you
don't
look
expect
inside
you
a
to remember
jacket
a
of the
phone number
label, you're
you've
going to
only
get the
seen
name
once.
and the telephone number.
980859.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert.
Okay.
I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a
So we weren't interested in
Honesty,
his
monsieur,
stories
is its own
before.
reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Fair point.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
I have one just the same as that, monsieur. I will fetch it if you like.
Nice answer.
No, don't bother.
Oh, it is no bother, monsieur.
Nah, forget it.
Just trying to be helpful, monsieur.
Alright, let's show him
Take
the
a
nose.
look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
He's got it. Mr.
Precisely.
Observant.
He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Maybe.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
Okay.
What does this tissue mean?
Let's show him the tissue.
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their
I love it
nostrils
when these
into
point and
it.
click games kind of make fun of themselves.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it?
Okay, of
Drugs?
course. Plantard
Stolen
came in with a
jewels?
briefcase.
I don't know. But the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Okay, I think we're done with this guy then.
I have to
Finally.
be going.
Quite
Thanks
a long
to your
conversation.
help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon.
Okay. So we're on the inside of that courtyard outside the workman's
Clown
hole.
escaped into the sewer, come up into the courtyard, and then slipped back into the street here. It wasn't much, but it was more than the cops had got.
Alright, so there we go. I think now all that's left is call Nico and fill her in. And then we'll be ready for the next chapter. So... Oh, wait. Taylor, I think. This must be the tailor. Let's give him a call first. And after that, all that remains is to call Nico.
Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobbard. You don't know me.
Great way to open a telephone call.
I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
Oh,
I guess you
the
might
tailor's
say
spooked.
I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives
Fantastic.
at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Okay.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café
That's
de
not
la
what I would have
Chambre
asked.
Vert?
Just,
I
have you
have
made
no idea
any
what you're
jackets
talking
for a
about.
clown
You're cool,
recently?
Todrick.
Something like that?
But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me,
Okay,
Todrick.
that's it.
I
Take a
tell you,
threatening
I know
tone.
nothing about no clown.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
Oh, trying the old
I
guilt trip.
never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you?
Why
In their
would you
little
expect that?
apartment, Madame
You know nothing about
Plantar is
him.
cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting
Laying
for
it
his
on
daddy
thick
to
here,
come home
George.
from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The
Yes.
faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Maybe they don't have a
HMV.
dog. What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Oof. George gets mad. Let's call up Nico. I'm sure it'll be nicer to her.
Hello, Nico Coulard.
Hello? It's George.
Ah, oui.
You said to call if I could help.
Have you any news for me?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And
Nice.
I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well,
We aim to
wasn't
please,
easy.
Nico.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment later this afternoon?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come over.
Well done, George.
I was used to working alone, but I had to admit it felt good with George on the case too. But there were some things I was going to have to do alone, and fast. I needed the answers to some
Okay.
questions. Who was the costume killer? And why did he murder Carchon? Why did Carchon ask for me to interview him? How did he know my father? And why was my editor so scared? There was some kind of secret war going on out there, but who was on which side? One thing I
Indeed.
did know. I wasn't going to get the answers sitting at my desk.
Okay, so this is where our first chapter ends, and we're going to pick this up with Nico in our next episode. So it'll be another part of the director's cut before George comes back into the fray. So thank you very much for watching this episode today. Please hit the like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgee Gamer, and I'll see you again soon.